How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Mojo Grip. Mike here, still at Oshkosh, and today I'm going to show you a seaplane that perhaps you've seen around but you don't know much about. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, the SeaMax. Now, I've heard about this plane for a while, and I always get the names mixed up because, you know, they have the Sea Ray and, of course, the premium seaplane out here is the Icon, which, you know, for a lot of us, we think it's overpriced. But if you're looking for a practicable plane and one you can actually fly on and over water, you're looking at these guys. And it is in the light sport category, but for a fraction of what you will pay for an Icon, you're getting into one of these. And this is the SeaMax. And I love right now how the tail end is folded up. So these are some of the cool features of this plane. You can fold the tail here, and also this wings. See the wings here? These are removable too. These are foldable. You can fold the wings, and that way you can tow the entire plane. And it is a pusher motor in the back. If you recall, a few years back, we covered the Petrel, which is a Brazilian design, and this here is a very similar plane. And honestly, they cover the same mission. It's just whoever your preference is. And a lot of these light sports, they use a Rotax engine. So in this plane, you have a Rotax 912, 100 horsepower IS, which is fuel injection. So you get that. Just moving back across here. And this particular model that I'm showing you today is the fully loaded model with the IFR avionics. And so speaking of that, let me show you. And before I do that, actually, you can see one thing about this plane is that it's very low to the ground. You can obviously take off on water, but also on land, you've got those wheels. And one cool thing about a plane like this is you also have retracts. So because it's a seaplane, you can't land with those wheels in the water. Okay, so you got to pull them up. So this plane, it's what you would probably consider SLSA, so special light sport, because you've got those retracts that come up, but also easy in and out because of the height to the ground. And guys, this is the interior space, very neat. For the price that you're paying for this thing, I think you're getting a really nice lush interior. And the cabin is just for 2 seats, as you can see. Let me zoom out a little bit. Boom, so you see more of it. And all leather wrapped, so leather seating, leather cabin all over, and you've got literally all of your control switches nicely arranged in beautiful colors up here, and you have your circuit breakers too. Now, if I scroll to the front of the airplane, one unique feature with the SeaMax, you've got a single stick in the middle, so you can fly from this seat or you can fly from that seat, but you share one stick. And you've got a nice middle console here. Now, this is the butter. This is what actually separates this aircraft from other base model, which I'll talk about the numbers and the price in a little bit. So if you want this particular model, which is again the IFR panel, you've got your G3X Touch. It's all Garmin in here. So you've got one G3X Touch with the 10-inch and then another one with the 7-inch screen. You've got an autopilot here, and you've got your GTN 375. This is what really makes this airplane an IFR. Oop, I don't want to rest on it. So one thing I do want to do is I'm gonna get in for you guys and show you perhaps the comfort level and mainly the leg room too, because I imagine sitting in this thing, you're already sitting very low to the ground. So I'm curious actually how comfortable it is. And before I do that, you do see that you have dual throttle on each side. Okay guys, to get in the SeaMax, you've got a nice handle here. So what you do is you step in with one foot. If I can get my foot over, right? You get in with one foot, you hold yourself up with this, and you're standing. So I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see I'm literally standing in the plane, and I just kind of tuck myself in like this because you're very low to the floor, but man, it's quite comfortable in here. Very nice. And so guys, I am inside. I can tell you again, if you're flying a normal airplane, sometimes let me show you what I'm doing right now. You see, my knees are a little bit just bent up because I've got my rudder pedals, and I imagine you could adjust those rudder pedals. I'm gonna ask just to confirm. But this is how I'm sitting now. I'm 5'10", pretty average size male. And I imagine if somebody's sitting next to me, it shouldn't be that crushing. But most of the time, for someone who's flying this airplane, it's likely gonna be just you, or maybe you and your partner or friend, whichever the case may be. It is a two-seater, but comfort-wise, very nice. You may need to get used to how the position of your legs here, but it's pretty comfortable. Now, let me show you that panel I was talking about earlier. So here we are. They turned on the G3X Touch for me. Guys, if you follow this channel, you probably are familiar with this avionics already. Very neat. It's all touch screen. And I forgot to mention, you've also got a backup Garmin G5 here. So in case any of these fail, you've got enough time at about 45 minutes where you can use this as your primary instrument. And that works out great. Now, let's talk about some speeds while we're still in here. So if you look at this, you may not be able to see it well. The SeaMax will cruise around 90-95 knots, and with that you're burning about 5 gallons of fuel per hour. Again, you have a 100 horsepower Rotax engine, and one cool thing about these planes is that they're able to lift off the ground fairly quickly. So you're up in the skies within 500 feet. But let me step out and then I'll share the pricing with you. All right, so we are back out. Now let me tell you how much this thing is gonna cost you if you are trying to get into a seaplane and one as nice as this. So these planes start at around $170,000, which is not bad for what you're getting. You're pretty much getting almost the same features as the Icon A5, which will cost you close to $500,000 for less than $200,000. And here, if you look right there, that's actually one of the base models for this aircraft, and that costs you less than $200,000. This particular one that has the IFR panel, this will cost you $214,000. This is pretty much the fully loaded package, but you can start with a base model at $170,000. And I don't know if there are used ones, so I can't say what the used market value for these are. Now, one interesting part is that the lead time, if you were to order one today, you're looking at about a year before you can get your airplane. But that's just the case right now all over in the aviation industry. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time, be sure to subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys. And a great way to support the channel is by becoming an MVP member. You can go into mojogrip.net/MVP and sign up there. Catch you on the next one. Peace.